I hope you're doing well. I wanted to go through some different things I've come across, and I'll go through line by line of a couple different things I wrote down, and I think you'll find it pretty interesting. You know the people that are kind of behind the curtain that are pulling the strings use symbols and signs in plain sight as kind of their calling card. And, most people are familiar with it, 666 and number 33 and some other things. But I came across this a while back and I just thought it was interesting. So I thought I'd put together a video to show the number 666 and different places I've seen it, and just a quick analysis of it. So, I'm no means an expert in this, but I just am very, observant, and I just find these things interesting. So this is the cover of the book that Galileo wrote, called "The Dialogue Concerning the Two Chief World Systems," which was written in 1632, and it's comparing the Ptolemaic with the Copernican systems at that time. And, I know there's a lot of debate as to the history and the true history of our world, and let's leave that out of this. I'm not, who knows what happened back then and how long ago, and maybe Galileo was a character, and a lot of this is kind of possibly made up, and maybe this is accurate. Either way, this is interesting, so I think you'll like this. So check this out. This is the cover of the book, and look at this here. 666, three fishes. And anybody that's watching this, please comment if you see anything else. I translated this Latin, and I think it says from privilege or something of that nature. And it's down here again at the bottom of this. So you've got these three fishes in a circle, which makes a 666. So I just thought that was interesting. I saw somebody bring this up, and it's bizarre. This is written 1632, or the other possibility is we are led to believe it was written in 1632. And either way, here's their calling card saying, that this is us. So, this goes back to the discussion of the Ptolemaic stationary worldview, and then comparing that to the Copernican worldview and that discussion at that time. And here we are, everybody being told and, being shoved down our throats that we're flying through outer space at a very fast speed, which plays into this topic I'm going to show you right now. So, some people might not appreciate this, but I just thought I'd bring it up. 666, number of the beast, identifying Satan's power elite. And the reason I show this is the bottom here, identifying Satan's power elite. A lot of these people, look, I'm not saying that all of these people that are involved in this group are like eating babies and doing just straight on like deep satanic ritual. But if you affiliate yourself with this group, there is a dark aspect to it, and a lot of these people will throw up the 3 6s all over the place. And one thing I'll show you that's actually worth seeing. All right, so check this out. This is the photograph that's on Damar Hamlin's fundraiser. Out of any picture he could have picked in the world, it's the main picture on his fundraiser. And isn't this bizarre? He's got the devil horns here. This kid's throwing an M. It could be Masonic. But this is really what I was showing you down here. Look at the sixes. So I've done a lot of investigating into this, and this was a scam. There was no resuscitation, there was no CPR. This whole thing was a scam to keep the COVID conversation going, and that's what it is. So anyways, we've got that. Let me keep moving. I'll go to the next thing. Okay, let's just talk about some of the major companies that use the 666 in their logo. And you're talking about Google, World Economic Forum, and Disney. Just imagine the amount of people that these three companies or platforms influence all over the world. Some of the most powerful companies to guide information in the world. 666 right here. Okay. A lot of you have seen this, but please stick with me. There's a lot here that I think you're going to like. So you got Google. Okay. So you've got Disney. This is actually in Disneyland, but Disney in the name has a 666. 1, 2, 3, 666. But the reason I bring this up is this is 666, the art of Disney. Their witchcraft. Right in plain sight, 666, the art of Disney. Okay. Then you've got World Economic Forum. These guys are committed to improving the state of the world. Wow, that's quite a statement. But here it is. 666. World Economic Forum. Just, it's amazing how this is just in our faces. And since I was talking about logos and things hidden in plain sight, you might as well show this real quick. United Nations. This ring here is the 60th parallel. Go to the United Nations website and look up their logo, and they have a full explanation about who made it and why. You know, what are these olive leaves around here? You know, what's out here? But anyways, this is a representation of a flat plane Earth scaled model or map of the world, and there it is right in plain sight. And then you've got it's kind of small, but this grid is broken down into 33 sections. Okay, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and you've got 8 around. That's 32, and 33 in the middle. It's not a mistake. Okay, so now let's look at 666 hidden in the specifications of the heliocentric model itself. And this is from Harvard Education, and I'll zoom this in so you can see it, but I brought this up because I like to use official sites. So this is Harvard University official site coming from NASA. So let's link over here to see exactly where this is coming from. Astrophysics Data System put out by NASA. I mean, look at these links on the bottom here. I'm going to click through. Okay, here's NASA. Also Smithsonian. Okay, link to their site. And what is this? Center for Astrophysics, Harvard, and Smithsonian. Okay, so this is an official site. Okay, right here it says the orbital velocity 66,600 miles per hour. Okay, that is how fast the Earth travels around the sun. And I'll show you that a little bit closer. Anybody with an iPhone, I'll show you a little closer. Harvard EDU website. And there we go. Orbital velocity, 66,600 miles per hour. Is it a coincidence? Maybe. No, I don't think so. I do not think so. All right, next, let's talk about the curvature of the Earth. 8 inches per mile squared. What's another way to look at 8 inches per mile squared? Would be 8 inches per mile per foot. Okay, so let's go to a calculator and say 8 inches divided by 1 foot is 12 inches. 0.666 a foot per mile. So the Earth's curvature is 0.666 feet per mile squared. Okay? Coincidence? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe, but I doubt it. This is NASA again, NASA website, and let's see. The tilt of the Earth is 23.4 degrees. Okay? And I'll show you this a little bit closer. I took a screenshot of it. Actually, this is a different page. I'll show you. I've got another one to show you, but right here, Earth's axis rotation tilted 23.4 degrees. Okay. What's another way to consider 23.4 degrees off of 90 degrees? Let's look. You go 90 degrees minus 23.4 degrees equals 66.6 degrees. So another way to consider the Earth's tilt is 66.6 degrees. Okay? Is that a coincidence? Look at Earth. Wouldn't you think that NASA, because look, this is an official NASA website, wouldn't you think that NASA would have a real picture of Earth, or at least close? I mean, come on. There is the bottom of the ball, even though balls don't have tops and bottoms. It just magically spins on that imaginary pole, never off for millennia, never goes off. Amazing. All right, so let's look at Scientific American, Scientific Magazine, pretty respected. This is Rhett Herman. He's a physics professor at Radford University in Virginia. And he says that the Earth is actually spinning at 67,000 miles per hour. And it seems a little weird. There it goes. Right here. So he says that the Earth is actually spinning at 67,000 miles per hour. So what gives? Because you keep looking up. If you look up how fast does the Earth travel around the sun, you will find 67,000 miles an hour more times than not. I challenge you. Give it a shot. It's a trip. This is, let's see, where am I? This is Cornell University. Ask an astronomer. And people are asking him, at what speed does the Earth move around the sun? And what does he say? Now, this is an astronomer. This is Cornell, halfway decent college, I think. Now, what does he say? Where are we? He says it travels around the sun at 67,000 miles per hour. Isn't that weird? If you calculate it out, 67,000 miles per hour versus 66,600 miles an hour is 4% different. I'm sorry, 6% different. Okay, it's a big deal. 400 miles per hour per year. That's a huge difference. You're talking about these university and NASA themselves. Half the time you look up NASA, it'll say it's approximately 67,000 miles per hour, when everything you see from any of these people, it is to the millisecond or such detail in their numbers, except for this one, because people have given so much flack about 66.6 and 666 being in this model that they just kind of gloss over, and they say, instead of that, they say, well, it's 67,000 miles per hour. So you got to think about that, though. You're saying it's 6% different of speed. That means that the year would be 6% slower every year. So it's a pretty big deal. So anyways, thanks for watching, if that's all I have. And I just find this stuff fascinating to go through and think about what we're being told and how we're being indoctrinated, and just trying to help people see through this, because let's not buy into it anymore. Let's just say no. So take care. I'm going to get going. Good night.